Good morning and welcome to this morning's service in our first Dharma School gathering of the school year. I am Tommy Nakagiri and I will be chairperson for this morning's service. We will begin this morning's service with the golden chain. I am a link in Amita's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep the link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amita's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu. Our first Gatha this morning will be Children in Japan, which is on page 34 of the service book. For those of you joining by Zoom, materials for this morning's service were included in the email which had the link for the service.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandas Nama. Namandas Nama.
Reverend Corey will now lead us in the reading of the three treasures.
Sankiremon. Injin ukukatashi ima surani uku. Upo kikikatashi ima surani kiku. Ono mi konjo ni mukate do sezumba sarani izure no sho ni mukate ka kono myodo sen. Daishu moro tomo ni shishin ni sambo ni kieshi tate matsuru beshi. Mizu kara butsu ni kieshi tate matsuru. Masa ni negu waku wa shuchou to tomo ni. Daido o taige shite bujo yoko san. Mizu kara ho ni kieshi tate matsuru. Masa ni negu waku wa shuchou to tomo ni. 深く表像に入りて知恵海のごとくならん。自らそうに消し立てまつる。まさに願わくは主張とともに、大衆を取りして一切無下ならん。無常人人名の方は、約千万号にもあよことかたし、我ら今検問し受持することたり、願わくは如来の真実義を下し立てまつらん。The three treasures. Is it to be born into human life? Now we are living it. Difficult it is to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be free from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I put my faith in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of thy way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves thy supreme will. I put my faith in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of thy doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I put my faith in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord and thy life of harmony in a spirit of universal family, free from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Gatha's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
We will now have our Dharma message by Reverend Corey.
Gasto. Wonderful indeed it is to subdue the mind, so difficult to subdue, ever swift and seizing whatever desires. A tamed mind brings happiness. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, those at home. Thank you for coming and joining in on this morning service. So you should already know this. Many of you should already know this passage. There's multiple places where you can find it, like on the newsletter. So you guys read the article in the newsletter, right? It's funny how this passage is so valuable, just and simple too. I mean, it's just talking again. Wonderful indeed it is to subdue the mind. So difficult to subdue, ever swift in seizing whatever desires. A tame mind brings happiness. You know, some of us, we talk about monkey mind, or the mind that keeps changing, right? Always wants something that causes us suffering. This is what the true essence of suffering is. Right? I actually don't remember what I wrote in the article. I have to read it myself. But the passage is very valuable. I thought because it's September and the kids are all back in school now, their priorities have changed from lounging around at home maybe to what do I have to do because the teachers tell me what to do. Or for many of us, I wanted to say, don't be lazy, but really looking within ourselves and work on change. Right? I think we have a lot of things to be grateful for in this time, living where we are. Yes, we're talking. We work. I think mostly thing I worry about is illness and drought. Right? And I'm starting to teach my kids how or talk to them about conserving water. But as I spoke on Friday about this, and I said, you know, a year ago I was researching what religious groups were doing, or what kind of messages were they doing to talk to their members or to talk to their. So I was watching online videos of different services, and I was very surprised. You know, this is a whole year ago, but they're already talking about how the world is in a wild state, and that the worst things in their minds are happening at that moment. I said, wow. I was very shocked. I was very shocked about that. Now I look a year later, or 13 months later, and you could add an earthquake, right? The Haitians. You could add what's going on in Afghanistan, or like the refugees that need help. You could still add the illness. You could add the flooding, the hurricanes, the tornadoes, fires. What else is going on in the world today at this very moment? At this very moment. This is where we open our minds to realize how we're just dealing with one aspect of all these things. And drought, and there's some people in California, especially, right? They don't even have water to even. I'm telling kids, you know, we should really learn how to brush our teeth with only 1 cup of water. Or I remember the days where you couldn't flush the toilet, right? So I said, just wait, it's coming. It's coming. And they're going, oh, that's disgusting. It's disgusting. Well, these are all the things that we do to survive. And we adapt and we adjust. This is the beautiful thing about Buddhism. If you notice today, I have these. I got these flowers in front. Now I didn't know what these were at first.
Our members, our temple has been giving these to some people who are suffering a little more than the norm. Some of you might have seen these before, right? In our BWA meetings, this is where I first heard about these. I was like, what is this? Or these are called peace lilies. So this is the actual peace lily that some of our temple members have, our temple families have received in these hard times. I said, well, what is the meaning of this peace lily? Have you guys ever heard of the meaning? I know we talked about it in our meeting, and I was like, I had to look it up. You know, so let me share with you just a little bit. It means purity. It means prosperity, innocence. Of course, in the name it says peace. So peace and sympathy. Now, I know a lot of your younger people might not care about those types of things. I think even maybe people my age might not really go, it's a plan. And that's okay. That's okay. One positive thing to have this in your home is that they're known to purify the air. So they take the bad stuff out, and then they give you like chemicals and things, and then they give you oxygen, right? Now there's this other plant on my other side right here that I wanted to show you. So this is why we give them, is to give calm and peace, right? To help people through the hardest times of their lives, which is wonderful. Okay. Now there's this other plant right here, and I think it's really cool because it has these holes in it like this. I don't know, have you guys seen this one before? Yeah, it kind of grows really tall, and then it'll have lots of these holes like this. Sometimes it even branches out kind of like this because the holes get so big. It's called a monstera, like monster, add an A at the end. M-O-N-S-T-E-R with an A at the end. Okay. And I saw this plant and I said, gee, if the peace lily is like this, what's the meaning of this one? So I looked it up. And I said, well, it has these long vine-like leaves and it grows really fast. And then actually the roots grow out of the sides and then down into the ground. Kind of like if some of you can imagine a banyan tree so the roots actually, you can actually see the roots. And I said, this would be neat for my kids. And I said, oh, well, is there a meaning for this one? Since there's a meaning for the peace lily. Now, you probably don't want to give this as a gift to someone. Because of the way it grows so fast and the way it has like wild roots and things, in some cultures it means suffocation. Suffocation. And then in the Eastern sense, it's kind of funny because don't give this to your in Eastern cultures, it means long life, honoring the elders and respected people. Gee, can you imagine you go, I want to honor an elderly person and give them this plant, which is kind of cool, and then they take it as, what are you trying to say? I suffocate your life. So don't give it to your in-laws either. That's not a good. Maybe that might not be a good thing, even though it's so cool. It's really beautiful. And again, maybe a younger person like myself might say, well, it's not about the symbolism, but why do we have it in our home? Well, this plant also purifies the air. So if you want clean air in your home, you buy one of these, or you get one of these. So I thought it would be really cool as a teaching tool to use this in my home so that the kids can watch this crazy plant grow and probably not suffocate them, but like take up so much space that we'll have to figure out what to do with it. Why would I share these things with you? Why would I share these things with you? Because there are many different meanings and symbols behind what we do. It's like chanting the Butsu Ge, right? You can chant it to work on your mind, to calm your body, to recite the teachings, but it's also to remind us of great appreciation for what we've received from people that have come before us. Or on Friday, we chanted Jusei Ge, which is a lot shorter. And I said, well, it has many different meanings. Again, you could chant and be in the same thought, same moment with everyone else. But it also talks about the 3 vows of Amida Buddha to save all sentient beings. Everyone is valuable. Everyone is on their unique path, but they're also accepted as this is the right path for them. And in simplest terms, it's the Buddha's wish for the whole world, so that everyone can find supreme peace or ultimate bliss or enlightenment. We're all in the same boat. So, as Chodo Shinshu Buddhists, we just say Namo Amida Butsu or Nembutsu. And I wanted to read this passage to you why we do that. I've been reading it all month. So if you heard it already, then pick and choose what you want to hear from it, because it's a very valuable piece. But it goes like this. The important point of the settled mind. Settled mind is our goal. Settled mind in our tradition does not lie particularly in refraining from evil thoughts or keeping delusory thoughts and attachments from arising. We may just carry on trading, working as servants, hunting or fishing. If we deeply realize the primal vow of Amida Buddha's promises to save such people like us, who are absorbed morning and evening in our daily engagements, deluded under influence of our evil karma, and if we single-heartedly entrust ourselves to Amida Buddha's compassionate vow, which, without any doubt, while having firm assurance of our emancipation, since such a single thought of entrusting is sincere, we will certainly be saved by the Tathagata. Beyond this, in what state of mind should we say the Nembutsu? Say Namo Amida Butsu. We should say the Nembutsu as long as we live, acknowledging our deep indebtedness to the benevolence of the Buddhas who saves us by settling our birth through the endowment of the power of entrusting, which we thus receive. Such people are called practicers with the entrusting heart, who have attained the settled mind of our tradition. Let me explain what this is saying. We don't have to do it. We don't have to purify our minds or our bodies. We don't have to get rid of do any work. We just continue with our everyday lives. If we're traders, sometimes when you trade and have to do work, you think about yourselves, right? You're trying to get the best deal possible for you. So that's not really Buddhistic. Working as servants, you might have to do things that you don't agree with. Or even hunting or fishing, that involves taking lives, which isn't Buddhistic. So from that, where do we go? Just say Namo Amida Butsu. That's it. For the appreciation of life to come. Or for the mental state of settlement, the realization of who we truly are. This is a way to subdue the mind. You know, I'm going to share this story, and this is the last part I want you to realize and understand. Okay? If you don't understand anything I said today, just remember this story. Well, but don't share it. Don't share it with anyone. Don't share it with anyone. It's only for you, right? That's what this is saying. Buddhism, 90% is for the individual or within. 10% is what you do outside. So this last week, I was at home and we were getting ready for bed, everyone. So I'm helping the kids and stuff. And I don't know what went on, but you hear this, ew! And then there's yelling and screaming, and then Casey comes out. Casey's only 5. So she comes out, and she's got this little gray bag in her hand. Have you guys ever seen those activated charcoal bags for purification, right? It's like what these plants do. To purify the air. It sucks up all the chemicals and stuff. So she's running around with this bag. And she's like, somebody farted. And then she goes, but it's okay, I'm protected. She's like, I got this. And she's shaking it around and doing all this stuff. Now, in her mind, life is good. Because she says, there's no smell. I got it all, and it's all getting sucked up in this bag. Life is perfect. I'm protected. And as she said, she's protected. Now, she doesn't know all the intricate parts of the bag. That she keeps it in her room on her dresser, so it never goes outside where it has to go out. Like I think once a week or once a month, it has to be out in the sun, right, in UV, so it's recharged or something. I don't even know. But for her, it's working. Mentally, it gives her the unsettled mind, what we call anjin, or the settled existence. Whatever we do in life, we're going to find things that we think are the right thing to do, or we're going to take life for granted. As I said, there's all these disasters or things going on in this world. But we might just focus on getting up in the morning and having physical pain. Oh, I don't want to get up today. Oh, I don't want to go to school today. But you have the privilege and the safety and comfort of being able to do those things. There's people that can't go to school, or they're afraid to go, or all these different things. It's okay to have those thoughts and feelings. But when we realize the world is so much bigger than just our own selves, that's when we should say Namo Amida Butsu. Or even just as the letter says, just say it all the time. If that's what gives you peace, say it all the time. If as you learn more in Jodo Shinshu Buddhism and have a relationship with the Buddha, then Buddha's always with you just to say, you ask yourself, what would Buddha do? How does it change my mind, change my thinking? How does it give me peace? Or are we able to show appreciation? There's many different symbols, there's many different functions. But at the end of the day, again, like the passage I began with, at the end of the day, did you have a tamed mind? Did it did that settled mind give you true happiness? How do you, and when you think about it, how did you get there? I hope it's through Namo Amida Butsu. So with that, if you please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Sensei, for your message. Next, we will recite the 6 Paramitas, which is on pages 4 and 5 of the service book.
Roku Haramitsu. み仏様の御心に書き換えさせていただいて、一つ、今日一日、清らかな眼温かいなさけ、つつましやかな愛で暮らしましょう。一つ、今日一日、腹を立てますまい。一つ、今日一日、不平不足嘘を申しますまい。一つ、今日一日、私の仕事に全身全力を挙げて尽くさせていただきましょう。一つ、今日一日、夜昼常に私を守らせたものを御仏のご恩を喜ばせていただきましょう。一つ、今日一日、南無阿弥陀仏を唱えさせていただきましょう。6 Paramitas, turning our thoughts to the Buddha. Let us throughout the day live with clear eyes, warm hearts, and humble attitude. Let us throughout the day not become angry. Let us throughout the day not utter words of discontent, dissatisfaction, and untruth. Let us throughout the day do our daily work with all our power. Let us throughout the day rejoice in the love and compassion of Amida, who is constantly watching over us day and night. Let us throughout the day repeat the holy name, Namo Amida Butsu. Promise. The Buddha is our eternal father and mother. The Buddha always keeps watch over us. We promise to listen to the teachings of the Buddha and perfect ourselves by following the Buddha's ideals. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
So next on announcements, please unmute yourself if you have an announcement.
But this is Phyllis Hayashibara speaking on behalf of the Fujinkai. We're collecting boxes for the temple's virtual Lumini boutique, which will be held online November the 1st through the 30th. It's on the 32 auction site, but it's not an auction. It's a buy now sale. But we're going to be starting to package things on Wednesday, September the 15th. So if you could bring your boxes to the temple, we'll be ready to, we could use your boxes right now and any packing materials, please. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, please go ahead.
Jan? Yeah, is Dharma School making an announcement?
Someone do it at the podium? Yeah, Jan's going to the podium.
Okay.
Good morning. Today is our Sunday. So anybody would like to come by and pick up a fruit bar or ice cream bar between 11:30 and 12:30, please come by and join us. Thanks.
Any more announcements? Okay, if not, we will conclude this morning's service with the Gatha farewell and the reading of the benediction. Farewell is on page 37 of the service book.
Dharma school is over for another day. Let us gather round the shrine, bow our heads and say, thank you, teacher, for your help. Thank you, everyone. With this love will keep us safe till our work is done. So we'll meet again next week. Won't you take good care? Let us try to do what's right, always kind and fair. We shall spread the happiness faith in Buddha brings. Now it's time to say goodbye till we meet again. Namo Amida Butsu, sing this fine refrain. Namo Amida Butsu, sunny day or rain. Namo Amida Butsu, strong in faith remain. Namo Amida Butsu, till we meet again.
Benediction. We surround all people and all forms of life with infinite love and compassion. Particularly do we send forth loving thoughts to those in suffering and sorrow, to all those in doubt and ignorance, and to those whose feet are standing close to the great change we call death. We send forth oceans of wisdom, mercy, and love. Namo Amida Butsu.
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 Thank you for attending this morning's service. You can now unmute yourself and visit.